Well, two explosions have rocked the Afghan capital Kabul as militants launch an attack near the Spanish embassy compound. Kabul police chief has told Press TV that two of the assailants involved in the attack near the Spanish embassy have been killed. He added that several other gunmen are still holed up in a building in the area which houses diplomatic buildings. Gunfire is still underway between the police and the attackers. Meanwhile, Spain's Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy says a Spanish policeman has been killed in a separate car bomb attack against foreign guest houses near the Spanish embassy. The huge explosion was immediately claimed by the Taliban. The blast rocked Kabul's central area of Sherpur, which hosts embassies and diplomatic buildings, as well as the homes of many foreigners. With us on the line from the Afghan capital, Kabul, is Press TV's correspondent Faiz Khurshid. Faiz, what details are emerging regarding the attacks? Do we know how many insurgents are involved?
Well, the quick update is that one more of the attackers has been gunned down by Afghan security forces, and three others are still holed up inside the guest house, and they continue to resist. They are armed with hand grenades, assault rifles and heavy explosives, and it seems that they have taken many people hostage inside this building, and the building is now surrounded by Afghan security forces, and they have been told to quickly deal with this attack because it has already raised questions about their ability to fight the Taliban insurgents or in general prevent them entering into the Afghan city. But yes, this has actually added to the security concerns of people who live in this city. It happened at the heart of the Afghan capital, in a very diplomatic place, which is home to top Afghan politicians, foreign guest houses, foreign embassies. But it's not the first time that this place has been attacked by the Taliban insurgents. This attack, like many others, has also been carried out by Taliban insurgents, and the Taliban claimed responsibility for the attack, and they're saying that the guest house is the main target, which is used by foreign nationals. And now it remains to be seen how long it will take the Afghan security forces to deal with this latest and yet another deadly attack of the Taliban insurgents.
Well, any evidence that links these attacks to news earlier about the Afghanistan intelligence chief quitting yesterday, or about Ashraf Ghani actually trying to strike a deal with the Taliban?
Well, actually, this attack came hours after President Ashraf Ghani announced in his palace that peace talks with the Taliban will resume in coming weeks. And many here now in Kabul believe that since Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack, it could be a message by the Taliban to the Afghan government that they are not going to talk with the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani or give up the fight against his government.
And what do the attacks tell us about the security situation in Kabul, which is the capital of Afghanistan?
Well, it's very disturbing for the Afghan people that 14 years on, they still hear deadly bombings of the Taliban. Taliban still remains a big threat to the lives of the Afghan people, because if you look at the figures, it's still the local Afghan people who continue to bear the brunt of violence. The number of civilian casualties continues to rise, and yet we have another 10 people who have been killed and wounded in this new attack in Kabul. So, of course, the Afghan people are worried, but the spirit among the Afghan security forces remains high. They are ready to defend their country, and they can be seen much more now on the front lines fighting against the Taliban insurgents. But what has added to the problem is that it's not anymore the Taliban. Now they also have the ISIL Takfiris that continue to kill Afghan civilians in different provinces of this country.
Well, great to talk to you. Faiz Khurshid, Press TV's correspondent, reporting from Kabul.